Time is 8:41 a.m. Good morning. And the news headline: Miyetti Allah vows to sue Southern governors over anti-open grazing law. The news info: the Miyetti Allah counter-all has vowed to sue governors in the southern states and the Middle Belt who have passed the anti-open grazing law. The group, which has been vocal in condemning the decision of the southern governors to ban open grazing in their states, described the anti-open grazing law as satanic and an attempt by the populist and corruption-driven agenda by visionless, inept and desperate politicians to destroy pastoralists' means of livelihood. The Miyetti Allah, at a press briefing in Abuja on Monday, presided by its national president Alhaji Abdullahi Bode and national secretary engineer Saleh Al-Hassan, insisted that they will challenge the decision in court as they will not sit back and see their people suffer from the law. The group also feared the law would destroy livestock production and send into poverty millions of people like butchers, transporters, livestock dealers, and consumers who depend on the livestock value chain. At the news briefing with selected journalists, which was a prevent to the National Stakeholders Peace Summit on the theme National Cohesion as a panacea for peaceful coexistence between farmers and herders in Nigeria, Al-Hassan called on the National Assembly and President Muhammadu Buhari to intervene and stop current attempts by governors of some states to criminalize their means of economic livelihood of cattle rearing through the enactment of the laws. He said these oppressive laws and hostile policies being enacted by state governors are fundamentally going against the Fulani pastoralist culture, economic interest, and constitutional rights. It is important to note that interstate movements of pastoralists is analogous to interstate commerce, which is an exclusive preserve of the legislative powers of the National Assembly under Item 62 of the exclusive legislative list. And to this effect, any action taken by any state assembly that is in conflict with the above section of the 1999 Constitution as amended is null and void. These laws do not take into cognizance the sociology, economic, production system, climate variations, and other push factors that are inherent in pastoralist movements across ecological zones. It is a common knowledge that Nigeria's mode of agricultural practice is still primitive all over the country and are not consistent with global best practices. So why signing out the pastoralists who have been suffering from the cumulative years of neglect in terms of development from both federal governments and state governments, he added. And the news analysis is quite simple, that Miyetti Allah have been daring southern governors for quite a while now and also threatening them in between that the anti-open grazing law as implemented by some of these southern governors would not hold. At a particular point in time, sometimes in September, he said that the anti-open grazing law by the southern governors is actually satanic, and the Miyetti Allah and he told all Fulani herdsmen that they should not obey it, that it should be disregarded. The Miyetti Allah counter-all, the secretary Saleh Al-Hassan has said that members of the association which obey the anti-open grazing law enacted by the southern governors. Al-Hassan also described the law as satanic and empty. Sahara reporters had earlier reported that 17 southern governors led by Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State met in Lagos on July 5, 2021 and set a timeline of Wednesday, 4 September 2021 for the promulgation of the anti-open grazing law in the member states. On August 31, 2021, Akeredolu signed into law the anti-grazing bill passed by the State House of Assembly. This is worldwide and a very laudable development aimed at stemming needless instances of skirmishes, conflicts, as well as infractions on the enviably peaceful disposition of the good people of Ondo State. Ondo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Donald Ojogo, had said that Governor Akeredolu has actually done this with a move geared towards curbing farmer herdsmen crisis and attendant to the insecurity in the region. He said, as far as we are concerned, the anti-open grazing bill is satanic, and we have already initiated legal actions both locally and internationally against Akeredolu and other governors trying to destroy our means of livelihood, Saleh Al-Hassan of the Miyetti Allah actually said. He also said that all people promoting the law are in connivance with the devil. How do you disturb people from their normal business without providing alternatives? It is an empty law. It is just a political body they are using to steal money in the name of security votes. Most of the cows you see in southern Nigeria belong to Yoruba and Igbo merchants. They are the ones that own these cows. This hype about anti-grazing is just political. Even in Benue, it has been implemented, and what are the consequences? It is such a devilish law. You see crisis all over. There is no secret grazing since the time of Moses. They should provide ranches. We are even ready to even hire ranches if available. Cattle rearing is not Okada business you can buy by law. This is the culture of the people, and you can't change it overnight. We know that we are serving a living God. We are warning seriously that any tribal security outfit that will listen to their governor that they want to illegally eject our herders or steal their cows, God will deal with them in numerous ways, because we are peace-loving. And these were the words of Saleh Al-Hassan to the security officials allegedly said to have, arrested the Fulani herdsmen that are going contrary to the rules and regulations laid down by the Ondo State government. When asked by Sahara reporters if the association was ready to comply with the law, he said, "How will you obey an empty law? The law is satanic and it is not implementable. It is a negative law, so how do you implement that? Do you start arresting people with their cattle? Where are the ranches you have created for them?" And these were the words of Saleh Al-Hassan, and therefore he has said that he is going to make sure that the visionless, inept and desperate politicians destroying the pastoralist means of livelihood will face the court, where engineer Saleh Al-Hassan of the Miyetti Allah there was a meeting they held with their national president Alhaji Abdullahi Bode, and they said that they are going to challenge the decision of this anti-grazing law by the governors, by the southern governors in court, as they will not sit back and see their people suffer from such a wicked law. Time is 8:49 a.m. Good morning. Thanks for listening.